Hello everyone, welcome you to our revision series. Yeah, so today our topic of revision is trigonometry. Yeah, so many of you might be thinking how to remember so many formulas and also how to know okay, because there are so many formulas. So how to know this formula will be applied here, right? So today I am going to tell you about the tricks to remember formula. It means, like in today's session, I will be covering ASTC rule and periodicity of trigonometric functions. And we have, I think, more than 7 or 8 formulas. And I will be giving you tips how to really remember these formulas. And even if you try to forget it, you won't be able to forget it. Okay, so let's see the how the class is going, and I am sure the revision class will really help you. And what is my plan? Maybe from today, so I'll be sharing many topics uh, based on tricks and tips to remember the formula and how to apply the formula. Yeah, how to apply the concepts so that it can really help you in the exam. Okay, because this is the month of preparation towards exam, and we have already studied lots of concepts in detail. Specifically this period of time when nobody has much time to go through the things in details, so we really have to be very focused on what is required to score good marks. Okay, to start with revision series 2021, and basically our preparation towards exam is the year ending exams, how to really perform very well, and at the same time we have to cover the syllabus. Okay, and in trigonometry, so as you know, the measurement of angles, we have studied some of the systems of measurements, and in earlier classes in trigonometry you have studied like what is the value of sine 30 degree, sine 20, sorry, sine 30, sine 60, basically degree measure. Okay, here one introduction is like system of measuring angles, right? So we are going to use two types of systems of measuring an angle. One is hexadecimal system of measurement, and second one is circular system of measurement. So in hexadecimal system, so we have studied degree is unit of measuring an angle, and in circular system, radian is taken as the unit of measuring an angle. And we also know the relationship between degree measure and radian measure. It means 180 degree equal to pi radian. So converting degree to radian and radian to degree is not a problem at all. So it means pi by 180 radian, 1 degree equal to pi upon 180 radian. We may use this symbol radian, or if you do not use any symbol, it means we are given the angle in radians. Similarly, 1 radian equal to 180 by pi degree. Okay, so this we already have studied in past exercise. As I said, I will not be going in details because I have to just cover the concepts which you already have studied, and I am here to tell you the tricks so that in the last moment of revision it can help you. Okay, and also we have studied the relationship between uh, arc length, radius, and angle subtended at the center. Okay, so if you have the circle like this, so suppose this angle is theta, I may take it as AB. So it is arc length, radius may be taken as R. Okay. And when theta is measured in radians, theta equal to L by R, or you can say L equal to R into theta. So this formula is valid only when the angle subtended at the center by this arc is measured in radians. So in case the angle is given in degrees, so you have to, to apply this formula, you have to convert this angle to radian, then only you can apply this formula. Otherwise, your solution will not be correct. Okay, so having said this, so as I said, 180 degree equal to pi radian. So I will be starting from here only. Okay, so it means pi, whenever we say 90 degree, it will be pi by 2 radian. Okay, 60 degree, it can be taken as pi by 3 radian. Okay, 45 degree, pi by 4 radian, 30 degree, pi by 6 radian. Okay, so like this. So you were telling earlier we were using like 30 degree, 60 degree, 45 degree, 90 degree. Now onwards we will be calling these angles as pi by 6 radian, or even if we say only pi by 6, it means it is pi by 6 radian. Pi by 4, pi by 3, pi by 2, 0 degree, 0 radian. Okay. Now also whenever you take x-axis and y-axis, so these two coordinate axes divide the plane into 4 quadrants. Okay. And the 4 quadrants, so you can see from the screen, all sine, tan, cos. Right. And before I go to this, whenever you measure the angle, so in earlier classes, always we used to measure the angle like this. Okay, because in earlier classes, up to 10th standard, whenever we used to take the angle, it was in hexadecimal system, right? And also measuring the angle, always we were using the direction anti-clockwise. Now, with circular system of measurement, we are free to use any direction. Okay, it means we can measure the angle in clockwise direction as well as anti-clockwise direction. Now, here the thing is, what you have studied earlier in the beginning of the year also, whenever you are measuring the angle in anti-clockwise direction, we take it as positive angles. It means whenever we say 30 degree, 60 degree, या pi by 3 radian, या pi by 4 radian, like this, it means all these angles are measured in anti-clockwise direction. And if you measure the angle in clockwise direction like this, so if it is your x-axis, y-axis, you are measuring like this, so it means you are measuring the angle in clockwise direction. So if you go like this, angle theta in clockwise direction, it means this angle is minus theta. So it means here you can have minus 30 degree, okay, yeah, minus 45 degree. It means 45 degree measured in clockwise direction, right? So in that way, the angle can be positive and negative depending upon the direction in which you are measuring it. Okay, now let me check you ASTC rule. So what is ASTC rule? So you may call it like after school to college or after school to cinema. But I can tell here mathematical it is all sine, tan, cos. Okay, so here you can see I have written here all sine, tan, cos. So this is ASTC rule. So what does it mean? So this ASTC rule states that, yeah, so as you can see, first quadrant, okay, this is first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant. Now when you start from here, suppose we start from here. Now I am writing here 0. Now I am moving in anti-clockwise direction. So whenever you go like this, arriving at this point, okay, so it means you are covering first quadrant. It means 1/4 of the plane. Okay, so this is 90 degree, or you can say pi by 2 radian. Now do not stop here. You come to this point. Suppose I start with A, this is B, this is C. Now here you see, at the moment you reach here, it means you are covering a semicircle. Okay, so this is 180 degree or pi. Now come here, A, B, C, D. At the point D, again 90, 90, 90, 270 degree you already have traveled along the circle. So this is basically 3 pi by 2. Okay, 3 pi by 2. Let me write it properly. And again you come back to the original point. So it means, so the moment you reach here, in the beginning you started with 0 and now you are covering the whole circle. It means 2 pi radian. So what can be the conclusion? It means one complete rotation equal to 2 pi radian. Okay, it means one complete rotation means you are completing the circle once, right? Or one revolution, that is equal to 2 pi radian. Clear? Now I have marked some angles here like 0. Okay, we started with 0 because we begin from this point. Now pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2, then 2 pi. Right? Now if you observe this, you can say all. It means the first quadrant. The first quadrant means what? First quadrant means if the angle lies in first quadrant, we can say theta is between 0 and pi by 2. So any angle in the first quadrant means it should be greater than 0 and less than pi by 2 radian. And going to second quadrant, so you are here, second quadrant, the measurement is theta is more than pi by 2, less than pi. Third quadrant, angle is pi less than theta less than 3 pi by 2. So angle is more than 180 degree, less than 270 degree. And if you are in fourth quadrant, measurement of angle should be like more than 3 pi by 2 and less than 2 pi. Okay, so depending upon the measurement of the angle, yeah, so whenever we take the quadrants, all sine, tan, cos. So it means in first quadrant, all trigo ratios are positive. All means all 6. Sine theta, cos theta, tan theta, and cosec theta, sec theta, cot theta. Okay, so it is all positive. And in second quadrant, sine positive. So sine positive means cosec will also be positive. Okay, it means tan and cos negative in second quadrant. And when tan and cos negative, the reciprocals will also be negative. Coming to third quadrant, when angle is between pi and 3 pi by 2, here tan positive, it means cot will be positive. So sine and cosine are negative, and of course reciprocals will be negative. And fourth quadrant, cosine, and of course sec theta will be positive. Okay, it means sine and tan and their reciprocals will be negative. Okay, so all sine, tan, cos. It means that. So ASTC rule is all about this. And next thing is, before I go to tell you the trick, okay, so here, whenever you have the, angle in first quadrant, as we have written here, so angle in first quadrant means, yeah, so 0 and pi by 2. Okay, angle is between this. So we can express this angle as pi by 2 minus theta. Okay, which you already have studied in 10th standard. And you know complementary angles, right? Sin pi by 2 minus theta equal to cos theta. Cos pi by 2 minus theta equal to sin theta. Tan pi by 2 minus theta equal to cot theta. Now you are in second quadrant. So in second quadrant, as we have seen here, angle is more than 90 degree, less than 180 degree. Okay, so we can express the angle in two ways. It may be pi by 2 minus theta, pi by 2 plus theta, or pi minus theta. Okay, less than pi, so pi minus theta. More than pi by 2, so pi by 2 plus theta. In third quadrant, again you can express the angle in two ways. Angle is more than pi, less than 3 pi by 2. You can say it is pi plus theta or 3 pi by 2 minus theta. And whenever you are in fourth quadrant, angle in fourth quadrant is more than 3 pi by 2, less than 2 pi. Again, you can express it in two ways, 3 pi by 2 plus theta and 2 pi minus theta. Okay, so that means while you are in these, angle in anywhere, in the plane. So that means it can be either in first quadrant or in second quadrant or in third quadrant or in fourth quadrant. So any angle, angle of any measurement you think of, it will not be beyond these four quadrants. That is for sure. Okay. Now, depending upon this, whether it is pi by 2 minus theta, yeah, pi by 2 plus theta, or pi minus theta, or pi plus theta, 3 pi by 2 minus theta, 3 pi by 2 plus theta, 2 pi minus theta. So, depending upon this, no, yeah, depending upon quadrants also, you can have various formulas. Okay. So, formulas already the derivation we have studied in the class in the beginning of the year. Now the time is how to remember this formula so that now quickly we can do it. And to remember this formula, and as always, I emphasize on concepts. So that's why all the derivations we have done. But now the time to apply the formula and very, quick way, no, shortcut way by observing the pattern. How can we remember it? Okay, so while observing these seven forms means you are getting like this four quadrants. The angles are, you are getting pi by 2 plus minus theta, 3 pi by 2 plus minus theta, pi plus minus theta, 2 pi plus minus theta. Whenever it is 2 pi plus theta, again it will be going back to the first quadrant. Okay, so it means in fact you have 8 blocks. 8 blocks means 8, you can parts, 8 sections of formula here. Okay, and quickly we will be remembering this. And this trick will help you to solve the question. Yeah, find the trigo ratios of trigonometric functions of any angle. Okay, now here let me tell you the common observation is like this. Now, yeah, I will tell you the trick. Suppose you have one more thing I want to tell you, 0. Here you are getting pi. Now observe these two positions. Okay, you just now be focused on x-axis. Okay, now here you are having 0. pi, 2 pi. Again you come here, 3 pi, you go again, 4 pi. Okay, I'm taking it as point A, point B. So every time you are in position A, it means to come to position A, you have to complete one circle. So completing one circle means completing 2 pi radian, right? One complete revolution equal to 2 pi radian. So every time you are here, I mean here means A, at A, means like you start from A, that is 0, come here, 2 pi, again 4 pi, again 6 pi, like this, and like this. Similarly, if you want to be at B repeatedly, after A, I mean after 0, when you are here, I mean at B for the first time, you are covering one semicircle, means pi radians. Okay. Then you complete the circle once, again you come. It means 3 pi. Again you come 5 pi, like this. It means every time you are arriving at point B, again you are completing one rotation, means one complete circle. Okay, so it means to reach at particular point again and again, every time you have to complete one complete rotation. So it means x-axis is the position where you are getting what? 0 pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, 4 pi, 5 pi. So any multiple of pi you are getting on the x-axis. Okay, so that is one observation you can see. Okay, now here, whenever you are at, suppose this point is P and Q, 2 points on y-axis. Again, start from A. I mean, before completing one rotation, you are completing pi by 2 radian here, and at Q, 3 pi by 2. Okay, so every time you want to be at P in the circle, if you want to arrive at one particular point, means you have to make complete rotation, then be there. So every time you are at one particular point, you have to complete 2 pi radian. Okay, so it is pi by 2. Next time you can add 2 pi, so it will be what? 5 pi by 2. Right, here it is 7 pi by 2, 9 pi by 2, 11 pi by 2, like this. So what is your observation? So on x-axis, you are getting multiples of pi, and I mean integral multiples of pi. Okay. On y-axis, you are getting odd multiple of pi by 2. Are you able to understand? Pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, 5 pi by 2, 7 pi by 2, 9 pi by 2, 11 pi by 2, like this. So every time we are on y-axis, either at point P or at Q, we are getting the angle what? Odd multiple of pi by 2. Similarly, every time we are on x-axis, so on the right side of x-axis, I mean positive side of x-axis, I just take like this. So here it's like you can say pi by, I mean 0, pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, like this. So this is the pattern basically. And depending upon that, you see any angle, I mean angle goes from 0 to infinity, I mean any real number, right? So as you know, sine function, the domain of the function is set of real numbers, because you start with 0. If you just, you are going anti-clockwise direction, you are getting all positive angles. If you go in negative direction, so you can get negative angles. So that means both positive and negative 0 possible, right? So any real number you can get. So domain of sine, cosine and cosine functions, set of real numbers. Anyway, we are not going to that much. Our main focus is, I will tell you the trick. Okay, so depending upon this, you can have many angles here, right? We cannot restrict only from 0 to pi by 2 or 2 pi. So as many times you will be rotating along the circle, every time you are completing one complete rotation, so 2 pi radians. 3 times you complete the circle, 6 pi. 7 times you complete the circle, 14 pi. Means the measurement of the angle will be huge. Okay, so you cannot remember the formula like this, like usually what we used to do, 30 degree, 45 degree, and 60 degree. Yeah, so some angles no, we just learn by heart, then we make the table. I have seen the students making a table like in the beginning of the exam, no maths exam. What they do, like they first they will make a table, sine, cos, like and 0, 45 degree, 30 degree, like this. Then I mean that is the usual procedure what I have seen. But here I am going to tell you the trick. Okay, so whatever may be this, so in the we are considering now only one rotation. Okay, so whenever you have the trick goes like this, so it is basically yeah, odd multiple of pi. So whenever I mean trigonometric function of, if it is odd multiple of pi by 2 plus minus theta. Okay, so I am covering like this. So these two things I am covering like this. Odd multiple of pi by 2 plus minus theta. The other one is integral multiple of pi plus minus theta. So integral multiple of pi plus minus theta means you may take pi plus minus theta, 2 pi plus minus theta, 3 pi plus minus theta, 4 pi plus minus theta, like this. Okay, so what is the pattern? So as I told you in the beginning, we already have studied the theoretical part and we have derived the formula, but now this is not the time to derive it. So this is the time to know the trick and apply this. So whenever you have this thing means odd multiple of pi by 2 plus minus theta. So you have the trick is change in trigo ratio. Change in trigo ratio and plus minus sign as per the quadrant. Okay, for example, if you write here 9 pi by 2 plus theta, for example. So 9 pi by 2 plus theta means, so if I write here, suppose you have to find sine 9 pi by 2 plus theta. Okay, plus 30 degree. Okay, so let me write here 9 pi by 2 plus pi by 3. 60 degree, any angle basically I want to say. So if it is like this, so we have to see 9 pi by 2 will be where? So here you have pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, 7, sorry, pi by 2, here 3 pi by 2, here you have 5 pi by 2, here you have 7 pi by 2 and 9 pi by 2. And when I say 9 pi by 2 plus pi by 3 means angle will be in second quadrant. Okay, in second quadrant sign is positive, ASTC rule, no? So it means sine pi by 2 this. So what did I say here? Change in trigo ratio. Change in trigo ratio means sine will become cos here, cos pi by 3. Now plus minus as for the quadrant. So plus minus as for the quadrant means it is in which quadrant? It is in second quadrant. So it will be what? Plus, because sine is positive in second quadrant. Okay, so if it is, then you can write cos pi by 3, that is equal to 1 by 2. Similarly, if I say cos 7 pi by 2 minus theta, minus, okay, I can, why to take theta here? Suppose it is pi by 4. Okay, now here you see, So if I say this, okay, so 7 pi by 2, you can see 3 pi by 2, 5, 7 pi by 2 is here. 7 pi by 2 minus pi by 4 means it will be in third quadrant. Okay, now cos odd multiple of pi by 2 minus plus minus theta. So it means here you can take sine pi by 4. Okay, plus minus as per the quadrant. It is in which quadrant? This is in third quadrant. Third quadrant cosine is negative. So minus sine pi by 4. So it is minus 1 by root 2. So this is the way to find out. Okay, is it clear? Okay, so next we can go to the second one. So it means angle, I mean the measurement of angle may be huge, but it will be lying in one of the quadrants only. So it means as per the quadrant we can find integral multiple of pi plus minus theta. Here no change in trigo ratio, trigo function, no change in trigo ratio plus minus sine as per the quadrant, as per the quadrant. So no change in trigo ratio means what? So no change in trigo ratio means sine, cos, tan. For example, if you have, suppose I can say sine 10 pi minus pi by 3. Sine 10 pi minus pi by 3, as you know, 10 pi will be all even multiples of pi will be in the right side of x-axis, right? I mean right on x-axis, right side of origin here. Okay, 0, 2 pi, 4 pi like this, right? So this is 10 pi will come here. 10 pi minus pi by 4 means it will be in fourth quadrant. So you can write here sine, so no change in trigo ratio. It will be sine pi by 3 plus minus as per the quadrant. So it is in which quadrant? In fourth quadrant. So it will be minus. That means minus root 3 by 2. Okay. It is very easy to remember the formula. Okay. The first one what we have to see. If it is odd multiple of pi by 2 plus minus theta, then change in trigo ratio. Change in trigo ratio means sine to cos, cos to sine, tan to cot, cot to tan, and so on. Right? And plus minus as per the quadrant. So if it is in second quadrant where sine positive, cosec positive, other four trigo ratios are negative. Similarly, whenever it is in third quadrant, tan positive, cot positive, other four trigo ratios are negative, like this. And whenever it is integral multiple of pi, means pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, 4 pi, 5 pi, 6 pi, like this, plus minus theta, no change in trigo ratio. So sine, cos, tan, like this, and plus minus sign as per the quadrant. Okay, so this is all about, you can say, ASTC rule. And one more thing I just want to tell you, everything is happening for what reason? So when I just took that x-axis, y-axis quadrant system, if you have observed, I told you, okay, so I told you whenever you are here at point A and this is point B, so this is the place like 0, 2 pi, 4 pi, like this, and this is the place you are getting pi, 3 pi, 5 pi, sorry, yes, 5 pi, like this. That means you are getting like this, and here also you are getting what? You are getting pi by 2, here you are getting 3 pi by 2. Okay, let me take it as P and Q like the earlier diagram. So here you are getting 5 pi by 2, 7 pi by 2, like this. Okay, now you see the pattern you observed here. So whenever you are coming to that particular point, you are getting 2 pi added. It is because you are moving along a circle, right? Whenever you are moving along a circle, and as you know, circle has no starting point and no ending point. So wherever point, wherever you want to see, suppose you want to be here. So what the, I mean, one example I always give in the class, suppose, I mean, how to visualize mathematics. Okay, to visualize mathematics, what you should do? You really have to connect it with your real life. Okay, and this periodicity of the function, a periodic function is one such real life implication. Whether we are breathing, the breathing is in a particular interval of time. Okay, it's not like we breathe once, then after 5 minutes again, yeah, after 5 hours again. It's not like this. So everyone has his or her own breathing cycle. Okay, in a particular interval we breathe, right? So even if we try to control it, so how much we can stretch? Yeah. So basically, it shows the behavior of trigonometric functions. So I have shown you, I mean, taken here a graph. So that I'll be telling you. Now here, coming back to us this figure. So suppose you are starting from A and just visualize you are jogging in a circular park. Okay, the park may be a huge one, and in the beginning you may be thinking, okay, I will be jogging, because you are very much, like you can say, you know, you are very much conscious about your health, right, fitness. Now, but practical what happens, because it is huge, after maybe 1 or 2 rounds, no, you just thought, okay, maybe I can take a break some point here. Okay, so let me take this breaking, I mean this point, like suppose the point is M. So you thought maybe at point M I will be taking rest, then I will again, so very a few seconds break, then this. So to be at the point M in the beginning, yeah. So now here maybe theta from the starting point, angle AOM equal to theta. But every time you want to be at M only, right? One like theta in the beginning, after one complete rotation, no, it is 2 pi plus theta. Again 4 pi plus theta and so on. Okay, so it means as if no, the point is same, but angle is changing. Every time you are making one complete rotation, 2 pi is being added to it. Now, if you want to find trigo ratio, what will happen? In the beginning, you may write here sine theta. Again, it is equal to sine 2 pi plus theta. Again, it is becoming sine 4 pi plus theta and so on. Similarly, if you want to take cosine also, cos theta, cos 2 pi plus theta, cos 4 pi plus theta and so on. Okay, so you are looking at, I mean, are you observing any pattern in it? So what I am observing here, I am observing like this. So 2 pi plus theta, 4 pi plus theta, again you just know increase the number of rounds you are taking along the path. It means every time you are taking a break here, you are adding 2 pi to it. So it means you can say sine 2n pi plus theta equal to sine theta. Similarly, cos 2n pi plus theta equal to cos theta. So it means after every 2 pi intervals, same angle is repeated. The repetition is basically periodicity of that function. Now you see, and what about tan? In case of tan, you will be getting the same thing, but we have one special thing for tan. If I, yeah, this angle, as you know, this is vertical opposite angle, but here what we say, now it is theta. Okay, this is M1 for example, right? So M and M1. Now here you see at this point, if I ask you starting from A, to reach at M1, what will be the angle covered? You can't say no, it is theta only, right? Because you are moving along a circle. So at this point, you are getting pi plus theta. Again, after one complete rotation, here 2 pi, here 3 pi. So 3 pi plus theta. Again, it will be 5 pi plus theta, like this. So it means, what is the difference between, like, angle difference between angles in M and M1? M1, they are on the same straight line. It means the difference is 180 degree, a pi radian. So whenever you are at M, point M, here it is theta, 2 pi plus theta, 4 pi plus theta, and so on. But whenever you are at M1, pi plus theta, 3 pi plus theta is. So summing up both the places, okay, what you can say? Theta, pi plus theta, 2 pi plus theta, 4 pi plus theta, like this. So it means, and the main thing is here, whenever you are at M, tan is positive. Whenever you are at M1, tan is also positive. So in both the cases, we are getting tan of theta, yeah, tan of pi plus theta, tan of 2 pi plus theta, everything, I mean, all the values are equal. So here we can conclude tan n phi plus theta equal to tan theta. What is n? N is any integer. In fact, n is number of rotations. Okay, n actually number of rotations. But here we can say n belongs to set of integers. Even if you take set of integers, it is fine. Okay, but here practically it is n is number of rotations. You can take 0 in, I mean, n may be 0 in the beginning, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like this. Okay, so n belongs to set of integers, but again the question is, if you take negative integers, can it be the same? Yeah, so if it is like minus n, this is, but we can take a set of integers here again, so it will remain same, because if you just go in the opposite direction also, no, number of rotations, if you take it as number of rotations, it will be positive, or I mean non-negative, basically 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. But whenever you go like this, I mean the negative direction, yeah, if you think, okay, n can be negative also, so what will happen in that case? So it will be, you can write minus n phi. I mean, n cannot be negative. You can write minus 2 pi plus theta, for example. Okay, if you write like this, so it means you can write here minus of tan 2 pi minus theta, sine tan 2 pi minus theta is minus tan theta, right? Fourth quadrant. So it will be tan theta. So we don't have any issue whether, even if you go in negative direction, n can, I mean, it is accepted. Okay, we take here n belongs to set of integers. Practically, if you see the practical example, it will be n is number of rotations. Okay, is it clear? Now here, again, periodicity of function means what? Periodic function means, if you take function wise, f of, you can say x plus t, yeah, x plus t equal to fx. So t is number of periods. Okay, just like this. After 2 pi intervals, f sine 2 and pi plus theta sine theta. So after every 2 pi intervals, n0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, even I have shown you, even if n is negative. Okay, if you take any integer, if n is negative also, you are getting tan minus 2 pi. Suppose you write like this, if n negative also. So, I mean, we don't have any problem, right? Okay, another implication from, you can just observe this graph. So this is the graph in red color, that is, you can say, sine function. Okay, and this is cosine function. Now periodicity, if you see one particular interval, suppose you can understand better if you take like no here zeros of the polynomial you are familiar with. So you see one particular cycle, right? See, if you write here 0, okay, then 2 pi, again 4 pi, like this. You can see the graph here. So you can see 0, right? Again here you see this pi, then here you can say 2 pi. So it means one complete rotation means you start from here, okay, then you again be here. One complete rotation, okay. Similarly for cosine also you can see, well, you start from here, again you are here, okay. So like yes, yeah, so whichever angle you can see, the difference will be this. Even if you take pi by 2, this is negative side, minus pi by 2, so again. So basically the difference, I mean complete rotation, that is 2 pi interval, sine and cosine. Tan is the same function will be repeated after every pi interval. So periodicity of the function means when after a certain interval, the function is being repeated. So periodicity of function means repetition basically. Okay, so repetition at what rate? So that equal interval of angles here. Okay, and so we can say sine and cosine functions, sine and cosine functions are sine and cosine functions are periodic functions of 2 pi, and tan theta is, yeah, tan x is periodic function of pi. Okay, so it means after every 2 pi intervals, sine and cosine functions are repeated, and after every pi interval, tan function is repeated. And this repetition, yeah, I mean specifically the repetition, yeah, periodicity of trigonometric functions has lots of applications in real life situations. Even our breathing cycle, okay, so breathing cycle also depends upon this periodicity of trigonometric functions. Similarly, I mean you can say the musical notes, okay, so because wherever the rhythmic things come, okay, rhythmic things come, so that is basically periodicity of functions. Okay, so your ECG curves you have, I mean graphs you have, if you have observed, and also breathing cycle and musical notes. Okay, so lots of, I mean other implications. So you can really, like if you study in details this, I mean how they are sinusoidal curves basically. So how they are very much, I mean breathing, I mean basically our whole body is, breathing cycle is dependent on trigonometry. So studying trigonometry is basically, you know, I mean, whenever we think what is the use of studying trigonometry, so basically trigonometry is our life. Okay, so it is the way of life. As I said, I mean, whenever I mean we study like how the breathing cycle, yeah, even if no, uh, any kind of breathing exercises also. Everything is just it goes like follow some cycle. Okay, so the basically trigonometry has very wider implications. Okay, so anyway, so we are here. No, we were here to study basically the tricks. I am sure the tricks you liked. So I mean the tricks can help you the quickly remembering the formulas. Okay, and also because of the periodicity of the trigger functions, you can find any angle. Okay, if you need time, I can take some questions maybe from NCRT. book. So suppose for example you have this question. So angle, it may be very small or very large, because you remember the formulas of the angles, 60, 30, 40, 45, and basically angles in first quadrant, you remember the values. So any larger angle can be reduced to that. So the other way, the term for this formula, this set of 8 formulas, no, we can call reduction formula also. So for example, whenever you write cosec 1400 or 1410, it is question from NCERT book, cosec minus 1410 degree. Okay, cosec minus theta is minus cosec theta minus cosec 1410 degree. You can write like this. Okay, so another thing also I can tell you why, I mean, whenever you measure angle like this, it is positive, negative. So if I start like this, no, suppose it's minus theta, and if I observe it is in fourth quadrant, right? And I can write sine minus theta equal to minus sine theta, and cos minus theta equal to cos theta. Okay, depending upon the quadrant, we take the angle positive or negative, right? So minus theta is here, I mean in fourth quadrant, seemingly fourth quadrant. Okay, and we can write sine minus theta equal to minus sine theta, cos minus theta, cos theta. And one of them is, I mean, positive, the other one negative. So the function tan minus theta will automatically minus tan theta. Okay, so when sine negative, cosec is also negative. Okay, now next one is, I have written here cosec. So I have to reduce this to, I mean, smaller angles. So the one trick, I mean, always like, no, keep the angle like nearer, I mean, multiple of, nearest multiple of pi. So 1440 means, 1440 means, like you said, 2 pi 360 degree. Okay, 4 pi 720, 8 pi 1440. So I can write here 8 pi 1440 minus 30 degree. Okay, now 8 pi, the position is where here 8 pi, right? 8 pi minus 30 degree means it is in fourth quadrant. So you can write here fourth quadrant, cosine is positive, so sine and cosec negative. So already minus is there. I can write cosec, integral multiple of pi. So trig ratio remains same. Plus minus as for the quadrant. Quadrant is fourth quadrant, so minus of this. So minus into minus plus cosec 30 is, yeah, 2, right? So this is the answer. So one last. So if I write here tan 19 pi by 3. Again we can reduce this to nearest multiple of pi. So if I write here tan 19 pi by 3, I can write here 6 pi plus pi by 3. Okay, so here 6 pi will be where 6 pi position is here, 6 pi plus pi by 3, it is in first quadrant. So any multiple of pi, no change in trig ratio. Okay, tan pi by 3. Plus minus as for the quadrant, it is in first quadrant. So it is plus tan pi by 3. So you are getting here tan 60 degree root 3. Okay, so like this you can solve any question of this type. Okay, so thank you so much. So I'm sure this will help you to remember the formula. Okay, so in case you like this trick, you must share with your friends, because sharing is caring. If you care for somebody, you would feel like sharing good things with them. Okay, all the best for your exams. So we'll meet again with new tricks. Yeah, so maybe next compound angles and multiple angles. Okay, so let's wind up the class.